It's Monday, June 16th. Welcome to your live weekly dose of real estate reality. My name is Jackie Baker. I'm a real estate agent coming to you from northern New Jersey. The gross, rainy, humid, disgusting weather, northern New Jersey. Like anyone that's watching from New Jersey, like, do you realize we've had 12 weekends of just rain, like rain every week, not every weekend. 12 out of the last 14 weekends has been rain. I've had it. I'm done. So anyway, enough of that. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope all you dads out there had a great Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. So, all right, what's up? What's up? Sellers are panicking. They're panicking. Yes. Why? Market's flipping. It's flipping around. Not so much in Jersey yet. I know I'm going to get those questions asking about New Jersey, but I will tell you some of the deals that I've worked on recently, I'm seeing buyers walk away. I'm seeing a lot of buyers walk away. Why? Because more inventory is coming up and they're seeing better houses come on the market. So it's happening, guys. So let's get into the article. I appreciate y'all being here. Really do. I am solo tonight. Figured I would, let you guys hear me talk for an hour. Let me see. Okay. So this is what's happening, guys. So this is Redfin. Just 28% of homes are selling above asking price. This is the lowest springtime level since 2020. Pending home sales are down 1% year over year, while new listings are still rising, giving buyers negotiating power. This is exactly what I said, what I've been seeing the past couple weeks. Just over 28% of the U.S. homes are selling above the asking price, down from 32% a year earlier. That's the lowest level for this time of year since 2020, when the start of the pandemic ground the housing market to a halt. That's one signal of the shift towards a buyer's market in much of the country. For the sake of a comparison, more than half, 53% of homes sold above list price during this period in 2022. When the housing market was heavily favoring sellers. The share of homes selling above asking price has fallen year over year in all but 5 of the most populous metro areas. San Jose, Anaheim, Oakland saw the biggest declines, though more than half of homes are still selling above asking price in San Jose and Oakland. Here are some other data points illustrating the tilt in buyers' favor and the slower than usual spring market. Data is from the 4 weeks ending June 8th. Pending U.S. home sales fell 1.1% year over year to the lowest level for this time of year in our records. Just 1/3, 37.6% of homes went under contract within 2 weeks. Also the lowest level for this time since 2020. There has been a big gap between the median list price and the median sale price for the last several weeks. The median sale price was $397,000. A $28,950 discount from the median list price of roughly $425,950. For comparison, the median sale price was typically much higher than the median list price when the market was favoring sellers in 21 and 22. Okay, typical sale price is nearly $30,000 lower than typical list price. So this is showing us median sales price versus median asking price nationwide. And this is for the data point is the 4 weeks ending June 2025. So look at the gap there, guys. Check this out. All right. It's happening. This is what I've been talking about like the past couple of weeks. Let me stop sharing this. So this has been going on for the past couple of weeks. We're seeing inventory rising more and more over the, across the country. Here in Jersey, in the Northeast, we're still in a seller's market, but in some cases, I'm seeing homes sit longer. And like I said before, I've been experiencing this where we're having buyers walk away because something else comes on the market that could be a little bit cheaper. It could be a better value. Now, another important thing that's been happening this week, our friend Jerome Powell is going to be having their meeting tomorrow and Wednesday to discuss the interest rate. Now, there's speculation that they're going to be reducing the federal interest rate, which could therefore impact mortgage interest rates. Here we go again. So let me share with you what the rates are as of today, because they did dip a little bit. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Let me see. Okay, so this one, it says the more 30-year fixed went up. So they did go up a tiny bit. So they're just hovering under 7%. 20-year fixed is 6.596%. Conventional 15 is just slightly over 6%. So let's see what happens come tomorrow and Wednesday, what the Fed is going to do, if they're going to be reducing, if they reduce the rates. Is it going to help? It'll help, but it's just going to bring more buyers back into the market, right? So listen, if there's more inventory, there's more buyers, maybe we'll see a little bit of a balance. But I don't think you're going to see a lot of bidding wars or crazy bidding wars where people are going way, way over asking price. I think people have had it. I know the buyers I've been working with, they've had it. They're not going like the 6 figures over asking price. So look, I understand it. This is 5 years we've been dealing with this. So I get it. And I'm right there with you guys. I'm right there with you. Also, before I forget, I forgot to say this in the beginning. If you just recently got your offer accepted, you went under contract, or you closed on a home, please share it. I want to hear the wins. I feel like the housing market has just been all doom and gloom. People are still buying houses, and it's giving us hope to hear these stories, read these stories here on the stream. So please share with us. Let me know. I want to hear about it. All right, let me get into the comments a little bit. Hello, Clark. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Oh my God. Hello, Jen Sylvester from Plymouth, Mass. It's my good buddy, Jen. Thanks for joining. JM, the house I saw a solar panel lease that reduced 60 is now pending. I'm curious what the offer was. I'm hoping overpriced Long Island market is simmering too. I hope so too. I really do. I think you're gonna see it out there. If we're starting to see it here, it's gonna make its way over to New York. Hugo, Chicago is more balanced. We won't get bidding wars, but it's not entirely a seller's market since inventory isn't super high and much of it is in bad neighborhoods. Okay, Hugo, thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. Clark says, we've been seeing price adjustments in Georgia for the last few months, and the builders have been offering increased rate buy downs, adjusting prices and incentives. Yeah, Clark, you've said that Atlanta's been going through this change. I just helped my seller close on his house last Thursday. He was so excited, smiling from ear to ear. Congratulations, Clark. I'm sure you did a phenomenal job for your client. That's awesome. So anyway, I think what we're going to see here, guys, I mean, let's see, this week could be very telling. If we have if the rates do go down, mortgage rates are just going to go right back up. I mean, prices could go back up, and they could, but maybe not as crazy. But let me tell you what's going on here. So my week last week, we had a couple of weeks ago, I had a listing. We went through 3 buyers, and we had multiple offers. We went through 2 buyers. They backed out. They put an offer. First guy put an offer in, panicked, pulled out. Next buyer comes in, was all in, guns blazing. And then a few days later, they decided, yeah, we don't like the house. And they backed out. Now we're in the 3rd buyer. The buyer's amazing. We feel like this is the right buyer for this house. Did we get the price that we got before? No. And I also just had an incident situation with one of my buyers this weekend. They were ready to go. We were in the attorney review process, and they decided they thought some more about the house, and they were like, you know what? No, we don't like it. We saw something else come on. And sure enough, 2 more homes in the same neighborhood came up on the market, and they're like, you know what? We like these better. So I think we're going to be seeing more of that. And I will tell you, sellers, right now, if you're thinking about selling, now is not the time to be greedy. Do not overprice your home. I know people still want to cash out. They want to get what they can. I would not be doing that right now. If you want that home to sell, listen to the real estate agent. I mean, we just put a listing on today. It was previously on the market before, but much higher price. And, we had to have that honest conversation with the seller and say, look, you're overpriced. So we put it in our price. We've already got showings. Literally put it on 2 o'clock this afternoon. So, it all comes down to that right now. So if you're a seller, don't get whatever number you have stuck in your head. Don't stick with that number. Please listen to your real estate agent if you want that house to sell. Jen, the market in Southeast Massachusetts is definitely softening. Buyers are not budging and waiting for price adjustments. The sellers that price it right are the only ones selling right away. Thank you, Jen, for sharing that. You're absolutely right. As a matter of fact, I'm going out with a client tomorrow in this one town that we've been looking for months, and they're higher end homes, higher priced, and they're sitting. A lot of these homes are now sitting. So guess what? We're going to have a little bit of negotiating power, which is always a good thing. How long does it take for Zillow to get the final sale price posted? As soon as the realtor puts that in multiple listing, it should within 24 hours is posted to Zillow and Realtor.com and all the third party websites. You give it about 24 hours. Sometimes it's a lot less than that. Usually it can be instantaneous once they update it to MLS, but we like to give a little leeway. All right. Hello from Westchester. Sold my house last week, 30 over ask, multiple offers, and had accepted offer in 7 days. And congratulations. Good for you. So listen, 30 over, that's good. But for Westchester, because Westchester County, that was another hot one because it's really close to the city. Those homes were just like here in Bergen County selling, 100,000 over asking. Not happening anymore. It's slowing down. Hi, Jackie. Please, everyone, like the live. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, everybody gives a thumbs up. Please give a like, because when you do that, we get this out to people. It goes out to more people. YouTube likes it when you engage, and they'll send this out, and more people can join in. So, question: why would a realtor put a coming soon sign in front of a house for 3 days, and on the 4th day say it's pending? Is that legal? Well, look, coming soon. Now there are rules with multiple listing that if you're going to put a coming soon, like you're not supposed to have showings. You're not allowed. You shouldn't be showing the house during the coming soon period. At least that's how it is in our MLS. What could have happened? And I've seen this. They could have gotten an offer the day that showings began, and they could have got an offer that just like you blew it out of the park, and the sellers decided to accept it. I saw that happen quite a bit during the whole pandemic craziness. I mean, I remember walking in to show my client a house. It was like in the afternoon, the day that the house came on the market, and the agent pulls me to the side. She's like, yeah, we got an offer and the seller's probably going to accept it. I'm like, we just got here. We just got here. They're like, yeah, it's too good to pass up. So it can happen. It definitely can happen. So Dave, sold in Florida in a day. Sold in Florida in a day, not I can't buy. Oh, Dave, I hope you can get something. What else we got? Hey, Chris, first time posting. We're under contract. Congratulations, Chris. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. That's awesome. All right. So okay. Hold on, guys. There was something else I wanted to share. Okay. So with all of this going on right now, the prices are coming down. The National Association of Realtors feels that brighter days are ahead for home buyers. So we're going to get rid of you. Okay. Okay. So it says here, this is from National Mortgage Professional, the housing market outlook, brighter days to come. So the NAR chief economist, Larry Yoon, he calls lower mortgage rates a magic bullet to boost home sales. The U.S. housing market has endured 2 of its toughest years in decades, but brighter days may be on the horizon, according to Lawrence Yoon. Speaking at the Residential Economic Issues and Trends Forum during the NAR 2025 Realtors legislative meetings in Washington, Yoon predicted a rebound in home sales beginning this year, even though high mortgage rates have continued to weigh on the market. It says here existing home sales are expected to rise 6% in 2025 and accelerate by 11% in 2026, Yoon forecasted. Meanwhile, new home sales should climb by 10% this year and 5% next year. Median home prices will continue to rise and are projected to increase 3% in 25 and 4% in 26. Mortgage rates, which Yoon calls a magic bullet for the market, at least when they're attractive to potential buyers, are forecasted to average 6.4% for the second half of 25 and dip to 6.1 in 2026. Yoon is not alone in those predictions. Fannie Mae, for example, revised its outlook for the rest of 25 and through 26 to include that lower mortgage rates and more originations and home sales to accompany that. Housing market remains very difficult at the moment. Part of the delay in recovery is because the Federal Reserve has changed its outlook and appears to be on pause for a longer period. Indeed, the Fed recently downgraded its economic projections. In March, it reduced its GDP growth forecast from 2.1 to 1.7 and raised the inflation forecast from 2.4 to 2.7. The fast ascent of mortgage rates really hurt the real estate market. While many existing homeowners are holding on to low locked-in rates, higher borrowing costs have pushed monthly payments out of reach for many prospective buyers. Yet Yoon sees encouraging signs. Inflation edged down to 2.3% in April, not far off the Fed's 2.2% target, and shelter costs, a major driver of inflation, are trending downward. If and when inflation stabilizes, he expects the Fed to begin cutting rates, potentially helping unlock pent-up housing demand. Meanwhile, wage growth is at 3.8%, outpacing inflation. Job growth remains strong. Yoon also noted a recent uptick in mortgage applications to purchase homes and contended most renters still aspire home ownership. He goes on to say home sales have been difficult the past 2 years. We've had the lowest home sales in 30 years for 2 consecutive years. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, thank you for your optimism, Larry Yoon. What kills me with this is they're predicting now prices to increase. Meanwhile, Zillow is now saying it's not going to increase. I don't know who the heck is right at this point, honestly. But if those mortgage rates, like I said before, if mortgage rates dip, you got more buyers. And yeah, it could potentially raise prices. I'm curious to see how that's all going to play out because I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's like seeing that comment from the person from Westchester saying that he got 30,000 over ask. Like, oh, that's great, but it's not what you used to get in Westchester, right? So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Did our agent cross a line by not telling us about a 2% FSBO counter and asking for 2.5% without telling us first? Ooh. So wait, is your agent, were you selling the home or were you buying the home? Yeah, the seller accepted our offer only countering with 2%, but the agent asked for 2.5% without telling us about the offer first. Your agent asked for the 2.5%? I'm assuming? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you're buying. Okay. If your agent went ahead and asked that seller for 2.5 and it was 2% in your offer, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That should not have happened. They should have talked to you about that. No, not good. That's not a good situation. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, we got a super sticker. Thank you. I love all the little gifts. You guys are just so much fun. I love it. CVAS, we are under contract 10,000 over asking in Wayne out of attorney review. There are more listings now. We're ready to discount, but buyer wanted us to stop showing, so offered more. Thanks for the tips. Congratulations. Look, listen, 10,000, take it. Take it. That's awesome. Looks like you got that in the nick of time. Because I'm seeing the same thing here in Bergen. Ariana, do I have a realtor to recommend there in San Antonio? Ariana, do me a favor. The link down below where it says jackie-baker.com, click on that link and fill out your information, and I will get you connected. I'm happy to help you find somebody. Fred Smith, retired, want to buy a new house, but also want to keep old house in case new buy falls through. Best way to do this. Well, you have to see if you need a mortgage for the new house. You have to check with the lender to make sure you're able to carry both homes. That's the first and foremost. If you can't carry both mortgages, you're going to have to sell the new one in order and take those proceeds and purchase the next one. Yeah. It is insulting to a realtor. Wait, is it insulting to a realtor if the seller asks to change or edit the listing description? No, I don't think so. I mean, I've had my sellers come back to me and say, hey, would you mind changing the wording on this? Or, hey, could you mention this about the house? Yeah, I don't think it is. Not at all. Allegra, some homes in Northern California reduced by $90,000. Yep. The house I'm going to see tomorrow, $100,000 price reduction. What? Yes. In Bergen County? What? Yeah. Yep. So it's happening, guys. And I'm here for it. It's not a bad thing. As the dust settles, what do you personally think of cash buyers on the selling agent seller side of the house? Just like paying to deal with. No, cash buyers are not difficult to deal with. The only issue with cash buyers is they like to come in lower. They'll come in typically under the list price. And I experienced this personally when I was selling my parents' house. When was I selling it? 5 years ago? No, we sold it 6 years ago. And we had a guy come in lowballed because he was cash. And what the buyers will do, they're like, oh, it's no mortgage. You don't have to worry about, waiting for a commitment, or we got cash on hand. We can buy it. Is it easier? Absolutely. But just be careful, because sometimes people just like to lowball and think the seller will take it because, oh, it's cash. I don't care. I don't have to worry about dealing with the mortgage. Because sometimes you can get somebody who has a mortgage. There are programs now where you can actually get your loan during the pre-approval process. Your loan will go through underwriting. It'll be completely approved. And you're ready to go. The only thing is contingent on is the appraisal and title. That's it. They literally are totally approved. They went through underwriting. They checked, the credit, their work, their income, their assets, all of that stuff. So all of that is done. All they have to do is just get the appraisal and title, and they're good to go. So don't sell yourself short. If you have a cash buyer and they're gonna offer you a lower price, somebody comes in with a mortgage, see what kind of mortgage that is. And if it's one of those mortgages where it's already been approved, it's almost as good as cash. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Prices have to come down more south for more buyers. Market is still heated here in Tampa, Florida. If locals can't purchase or afford, the market hasn't cooled enough. I'm surprised. I thought Tampa, and this stuff that I've been reading and sharing on prior live streams, Tampa was one of the ones that are seeing a lot of price reduction. So that's interesting that Tampa is still having a hot market. I guess $30K over asking in Westchester is okay if the initial price was over market as well. Well, maybe you weren't. Listen, that tells you you were priced accordingly. So if you got 30,000 over ask right out of the gate, you're priced well. If you didn't get any showings, the rule of thumb, guys, you list your house. If you don't get an offer within the first 2, or we'll say 3 weeks, if you get showings, no offers, you are overpriced. And I will say this, I will die on this hill. Don't chase the market. Don't wait it out and say, oh, we'll see, it's going to be the right buyer. They're going to come along. Once you hit that 3-week mark, you're chasing the market. You're chasing the buyers. You don't want to be in that position. Listen to your agent. If you need to do a price reduction, do the price reduction. I mean, that's my story. Hello, Moses. Thanks for being here. I serve Tampa, and median prices are falling, but there's not much inventory under 300,000 on the west side. And the east side, there are quite a few properties for sale. Thank you for sharing that, Moses. The median is down 4.5%. Wow. Okay. Hey guys, there's some bargains to be had down in Florida. Let's go take advantage of it. Um, what else? Mystic Rose. I reduced my apartment by 100,000. Wow. Where are you located, Mystic? I'm curious. I want to know what that market's all about. Um, what else? Jen, do you see the comment? Ashley, right above that? Hold on, guys. There we go. Hi, Ashley. Us buyers don't need lower mortgage rates. Sellers are free to lower their price. Listen, I agree. I get it. Listen, they got to price it well. Got to price it right. Um. Oh, you're in Brooklyn, and wow, really? Oh my gosh, because Brooklyn was hot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, report back, Mystic Rose. I want to know how that goes. Um. Be managed in Florida should be temp housing on stilts only. I don't know about that. So, drop the price 3% every 2 weeks if you're getting no showings and offers. Yes, thank you. Or maybe more. Like what you have to look and see what's going on what's going on in the market. What's active? What came on the market and what is their price at? Is it like what's your competition? And get in line with your competition. My co-op board wouldn't approve the offer for 650,000. I'm sorry. That's annoying. That is so annoying with co-op boards. All right. So listen, another thing I want to talk about, you guys, something else that happened to me this weekend, and I want to bring something up because I like to talk to you about not only but like buying and selling homes, but we talk about realtors, right? Because I am one, and I like to talk about like what you should be looking for in realtors. Now, something that happened this weekend, it kind of got me. But I understand this has happened a lot, and I wanted to bring it up because I had, somebody comment or reach out to me today looking for an agent referral, and they were telling me their story about how the last realtor that they had, they felt that realtor wasn't advocating, and that they felt that realtor was siding with the seller and not working on behalf of the buyer. I'm not gonna lie, I was accused of that this weekend because a situation on one of my listings with the buyer went to go check out the house. Some things went down. Um, the seller thought they broke something in the house. Very upset, and this is all through text. I'm trying to trying to like figure out what happened. Let's figure out what happened. What went wrong. And I guess it came across that I was not supporting the seller. I was like it sounded like it was coming across I was in favor of the buyer, defending the buyer, which I wasn't. Here's the thing. When we're in this job, we have to manage expectations, okay? And when I'm in this situation where it's heated between the buyer and seller, and it happens a lot. It's a very emotional process. Those of you who've been through this, you know what I'm talking about. The seller wants to kill the buyer and vice versa. They get pissed off over the littlest things. In steps your agent, and we're here to kind of diffuse it, find a resolution, come to a common ground, and get the deal done. Okay. Now, what I always do is I try to help my client understand the other party. Okay. What do I mean by that? I'm going to talk to them about what's important to that person. So say I'm representing the buyer, and this happened to me a few months ago as well. Buyer was extremely upset with the seller vice versa. Buyer was asking for all these things to be repaired. They kept wanting to come back in the house and check things out. The seller was getting ticked off. And I was literally standing in the driveway between these two people. And I went to my client. I said, look, this is emotional for them. They've lived in this house for 30 years. They take a lot of pride in their house. This is why they're acting this way. This is why they're upset. And this is what they have done so far in this deal to accommodate and to give you all these extra things. And then I went back over to the seller and say, I have a first time buyer here who's, like this is their first time. They want to make sure everything is okay with the house. all the things. So we had a little bit of a coming to Jesus party, but then it turned out to be fine. But my client was like, I feel like you're taking their side. I don't take sides. I don't. But I'm trying to help you understand what's going on in their situation. Like my good friend Jen Sylvester, who's on here, Jen always says, seek to understand. Especially now, everyone is all amped up about buying a house, how expensive it is, and people are getting very emotional. So my advice is just step back, listen to your real estate agent, and don't just go there and assume, like, why are you taking their side? They're not. They're not. We're trying to help everybody understand each other's situation to get to a common ground and get to the closing table. Now, are there agents out there that will be siding with the other party to please them so they can get their commission check? Yeah, absolutely. That's an 80 percenter, right? We call that an 80% agent. But I just want you all to understand this. And when you're working with a real estate agent, and if you feel this way, you can actually you can express that and say, are you saying that you're siding with them, or are you just helping me understand what's going on? And most of the time they're going to tell you, I'm just trying to help you understand. This is what we do. It's not all like everyone thinks of being a real estate agent. It's all that easy. You just got to, you're showing houses, you write a contract, you get a check. No, it's not. It's not. Um, but I just wanted to bring that up to help everybody understand that, because I think it's super important. Everybody just got to try to understand the other party and their situation. I don't see how your respondent would go against your fiduciary duty. You're trying to relax the situation. I'm on your side. Thank you, Moses. Thank you. Yes. And I would never never go against my fiduciary duty. It's always to my client. But I don't want to see people hating on each other and fighting over stupid stuff, like over stairs, like over, like a minor thing. It's just look at the bigger picture, and let's figure this out. Clark says, don't get me started with some of our colleagues. I had a client looking at a condo 2 days ago, reach out to the listing to get the community association disclosure. She tells me it's a bank foreclosure. I told her, I know, but that doesn't mean you can't send me over the CAD. So I explained everything to the buyer. They decided to look at another property. I know, Clark, it's hard. It's hard I know. We want our clients to see all documents upon so they can make an informed decision. Million percent. Million percent. Yeah. I mean, listen, if my buyer senses the agent is on the other end is going to be difficult, I've had it before. They won't put an offer in. They're like, I don't want to deal with that. And I'll be like, don't worry about it. I'm the one dealing with them, but if they get a bad vibe from them, they won't put an offer on it. They don't want to deal with it. Is it hard to get homeowners insurance in Florida and Cali? I haven't looked into that recently. I'm not sure how many insurance companies are left in those states. I don't know, to be honest with you, but I know it's not going to be cheap. So, April, HO insurance is getting very tough in parts of California. Our new buyers were forced on the California Fair Plan because no other companies would take new policies due to the fires. Is stupid expensive. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. That's another thing that we have to look into in this country. What the hell's going on with these insurance rates? This is ridiculous. Would you have any intel for buyers in Northern Illinois where we're seeing price drops between 20 and 30,000? Should we offer 3 to 4% under in alignment with this trend? Here's what I'll tell you. If the house brand new to the market, I tell my clients to wait, because if you come out of the gate and you come in under ask, sellers may get upset about that. So what I always do, I always look to see what the activity is like on the home. If they have a lot of showings, if there's any offers yet, like say in the first week, then that tells you right there. I'm like, okay, this is going to go for asking or over. But if it's slow activity, you can probably go under. But I don't know if I would come right out of the gate. You might insult the seller. So that's what I would do. All right. Are sellers still paying the buyer's commission? Also, how do I know what percent my agent should get in my contract? Okay, so as far as your buyer's agent contract, you negotiate that with them. You negotiate whatever that fee would be. And in most cases, especially here in my market, the sellers are still paying the buyer agent commission. They definitely are. Very rare I'm seeing situations where um this is interesting. If there was a bidding war situation, what I'm seeing some buyer agents do is say the seller's offering 2% to the buyer agent, that buyer agent will actually take less to save the seller more money. They'll say, "Oh, you know what? I'll only take 1.5% or even 1% in order to help their client get the house." I've seen that. Um, so in some cases, they'll ask their buyer to pay the difference. Say if they hadn't agreed for 2% and said, "Okay, I'll take 1.5, but from the seller, but they'll ask the buyer, could you pay the other 0.5%?" I've seen that happen. Great advice, Jackie. I've never seen buyers and sellers more charged up than now or the past 29 years. Sometimes it's best to take a step back and take a breath. Absolutely. And that's exactly what we were saying this weekend. My partner and I were just like, we're all going to take a breath. Everybody's just amped up. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's more insurance companies coming in. If you want affordable home insurance, new construction is the way to go. We pay $900 a year of flood insurance. Oh, Moses, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I love when I get people from all over. You guys are so helpful. I love it. Tito, I moved to Florida from Connecticut, looking to buy a house. Kissimmee. Any advice will be great. Thanks. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you need an agent in Kissimmee? If you do, click the link down below. Go to that description box. I can get you connected with an agent out there for sure. Wouldn't it be advantageous for the buyers to have questions ready as they tour the home? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. You should there's a lot of questions you should have about the home, and you should be looking. Did anybody catch the video I did last week about 10 cheats that sellers will do to hide major defects in their home? Hope that helped you guys out. You should be looking for that stuff. If you put cookies out, then people will pay more. And this is guaranteed to work 100%. I don't know about that. My realtor told me she doesn't pull comps unless they're planning on bidding. Time for a new realtor. Yeah. You know what? I don't know if I would be firing her right away. If I know it's a neighborhood, like if it's a town that my people are really interested in, I will pull comps before we go just to show them. And especially if I hear if I'm looking at the price, I'm like, I don't know, this could go over ask. I'll pull the comps just to prove it out, to see, okay, where are the prices falling right now? What are these selling for? And I may do that to I'll present that to my clients just to give them an idea. But I understand where the agent's coming from. We don't want to assume and that you are going to make an offer. And I think some agents may feel like they don't want you to feel the pressure, like when they're going to present you the comps. Like, oh, here's the comps. This is what you should be offering. I'm trying to look at it from different perspectives, different angles here. So I know for me, and especially if it's a client I've been working with for a while, I'll dig a little deeper to see where what the prices are, what they're selling for. Jen says, try to remember whether you're buying or selling, the other parties likely feeling the same pressures as you, likely for different reasons, but added pressure equals added stress. Yes. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. Christina, I know you're not a lender, but for example, 5% interest rate versus 7%, about how much difference in extra money do you think that translates to in a monthly payment? I suck at math. I don't know. I can't answer that one. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you really got to talk to a lender about that. You know, they can because they're gonna give you the accurate number. They're gonna calculate the homeowner's insurance and the taxes in that price too, so I don't wanna misspeak. I'm sorry. I don't wanna give you the wrong information. Um, Greetings, watching from Palmdale, California. Thank you so much. California state plan is about 15,000 a year. My coworker lives up in the mountains. She told me it's crazy expensive. What? What? That's your insurance? 15 a year? Good lord. Wow. Oh my god. I love when you guys come on and share what's going on in your neck of the woods because this is just holy crap. That's a lot. Russell says, my home inspector missed the gutters. There was a rusted area that was rotting the fascia board. Just totally replaced the whole thing. Repair guys did a fantastic job and gave me a discount. Well, I'm glad that all worked out for you, Russell. Listen, home inspectors, you got to do your homework when you're hiring these guys and always get recommendations, not just from a real estate agent, from people who have used them and get their feedback. I can recommend my inspectors. I love the home inspectors. All of my clients been very happy with them, but listen, talk to friends, family, and get referrals. Just get referrals, not just from the agent. I wouldn't get rid of that realtor just because that Dave Bannon say, if you're looking at 20 houses but only interested in 2, it's better to do a deep dive on those 2 properties instead of all 20. Thank you, Clark. Excellent point. So true. Very true. Everybody hit the like. Thank you. Thank you. My company's regional builder incentives are better than I've ever seen them. 30,000 in flex cash for rate buy down or closing costs, or 4.99 fixed interest and seller pay closing costs. What? What? Who's your builder? I'm curious. Oh my God, that's amazing. And you know what? Wherever you are, you're watching from, like, if there's new construction going up where you are, like, look at these incentives. These are amazing incentives. Also, research the builder. You know, make sure that they have a good reputation. You know, I've done videos about it. You know, just make sure the builder's good and stay on top of them in the whole process. But this is a great way to afford a house, guys. This is amazing. Holy cow. For fire, yes. We were both complaining about our tax. Oh, for fire insurance, we're both complaining about our taxes due last April, and she told me her fire insurance $15,000. Oh my God, I'm good living in the city. Forget the mountains. Oh, I can't. That's crazy. Michael says it's cool. 114 temp today in Mesa, Arizona. Better you than me. Better you than me. I can't take that. I mean, although, listen, I'll take sunshine at this point because the weather in the Northeast this past couple of months, I can't take it anymore. It's just, I feel like we're in Seattle. And I feel like I say this every year too. It's like every spring, New Jersey, New York, all of us up here. I know when I talk to Jen Sylvester, she's up in Massachusetts and it's a lot cooler up by her too. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, it's raining and we're freezing. Like, where's summer? It's mid-June. Come on. Elaine from Denver, and I'm under contract. Congratulations. Thanks for sharing that. Good luck with the rest of the sale. Don't let emotions get to the best of you. Try to understand the seller's position. Do not get upset. I'm thinking of saving a year or two. Our price is going down overall. We're seeing them go down a little bit, Mystic Rose. We are. They're starting to trend downwards. Are we going to see a major drop in prices, like 20%? No, I don't think so. Probably, maybe 5% or so, 7%. Not a huge dip, but more homes are coming on the market. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. How will comps reflect a new change in the market? Won't they not really reflect the current shift in the market? So what we'll see, like the comps, yeah, we're going to look at what's sold right over the past 3 to 6 months. That's typically what I do. Yeah, I mean, what happened 6 months ago is completely different from what's happening now. So then what I'll do is we'll also look at what's under contract and then dig deeper and I'll see how long was that house on the market for. If it was on for just a few days, and if I see in the agent notes that, they're called for highest and best, they received multiple offers, then we know that home sold for over asking. Of course, we don't know the price until it closes, but that's another indicator of whether or not, what's going on in the current market. But what I'm seeing now, like I'm taking my buyer out tomorrow, we're going to see this house that's reduced by 100 grand. I was looking at other similar homes and ones that have sold sitting like 30 days, 40 days. They've been sitting a while. So that's a big indicator. Do you think manufactured mobile homes would be a viable option? Tracy, I think they're a great option. A very good affordable option. You just have to be careful with the land lease or the lot rent that you have to pay. So you put that if you buy the mobile home in a park, say a mobile home park, you have to rent the land that the home is sitting on. And in some cases, those could be expensive. My buddy Joe Parecka out in California, I had a buyer I was trying to send to him. They wanted to buy a mobile home. And he came back to me and he said, some of these parks, the land rent is upwards towards $1,000 a month. So that's the only thing I would say that's the big negative to that is that you have to pay the land rent or lot rent. All right, what else? Let's get Jackie to 100,000. Thank you, Clark. I'm right there. I'm at like 99, 100 and something. I'm like, oh my God, this is so painful. It's like a marathon. I'm at 99, 198. I'm there. I'm getting there, guys. It's just been amazing. And everybody's so awesome. I'm so grateful. Anyway, Dave says, I hope it gets better for us all. I wish everyone the best. Thank you, Dave. I wish you the best too. It's not easy out there, but let's hope it does get, like Larry Yoon from National Association of Realtors said, brighter days ahead. Let's hope. Let's hope he's right. Everyone rents the land their home is on. The rent is your property tax. Good point. I know, and I'm paying like $14,000 a year in that for those taxes. It's ridiculous. Boston Cheryl. There we go. Hello, Boston Cheryl. How are you? Builder named new home is building homes about 30 to 45 minutes east of Raleigh, 2,500 square feet, 4.99, 30-year fixed rate, must have 660 credit score and signed contract by June 30th. No pressure, but oh my gosh, that's really good. Really good, Boston Cheryl. I hope you find something. Annie, Jersey girl here. Why do realtors seem so hung up on? Seems so hung up on PPSQ when so many other factors come into play. Can you elaborate? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm so sorry. I'm an old lady. I can't keep. We love you because you're so real. You're amazing for always, forever, for life. I love that handle. Thank you. Thank you for being a loyal viewer. You're always here. I love that. Tracy said there's a mobile home park that's in a suburb of St. Paul that charges $10.59 per month for lot rent. Unreal. Thanks for answering my question. You are so welcome, Tracy. Listen, I think it's a good viable option, but you just got to do the math with those lot rents. It gets super expensive. These builder incentives make me nervous about oversupply. I'm going to rent for a year. Love you. Love you too, Cheryl. All right. Well, good luck. Check back with me. I want to know what's going on. Hope all is well. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. We did an entire overhaul of our backyard and built a deck. Would cosmetic work like this affect the value? It will. It definitely will. Like your landscaping and putting a deck on. I don't know the percentage off a hand, but definitely it will. Like, especially if yours looks a lot nicer than the guy down the street. Absolutely. Good for you. Thanks for being here. It's been a long time. Lakita, hello. Just wanted to report my win. I'm currently under contract with a property in Florida. Sale price $184,900. Seller reduced price $2,500, and we'll pay half the closing. That is a huge win. Good for you. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Early advice from you and the gang. You cannot time to market is truly when you are ready. Absolutely, and I'm so glad you took that advice. Don't worry, you do it when you're ready. Absolutely. If your life situation allows it, that's when you buy the house. Um, what else? Um, let me see. Jen, let me see here. There we go. Tony. Thank you, Jen. Garden State is ready to grow. Everything is green and beautiful. Last spring, my lawn was brown in May. Pool needed more water than I can remember, not a leak. But you know what's so funny? What was it, last fall when we were having the wildfires and we didn't have rain for like 8 weeks or something like that, or longer than that? Maybe it was like 10 or 11 weeks. Now we got the opposite. But couldn't we get the rain like in the winter? Like, why do we have to have it now? I want to go to the beach. Um, yeah, Jen, we saw this one already. Price per square foot. I don't get hung up on the price per square foot, Annie, honestly. I don't know why some of the other realtors are like that. I don't know why. I don't do that. Um, what else we got? Is now a good time to buy in California? Listen, is it a good time for you? Are you ready financially? Do you have all your ducks in a row? Do you have everything saved? Your closing costs, your down payment, your emergency fund? It all comes down to your personal situation. Just like Lakita just shared, you don't time the market. It all comes down to your personal situation, your life situation, your financial situation. That's when you know it's the right time for you to buy. California got to do something about these insurance companies. Northern California has a raise of non-admitted insurers. Look that up. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. MB Pucci from Pittsburgh. What do you think about purchasing a historic home? My husband and I have been looking for 2 years and found a historical home. I love old homes and historical homes. They're awesome. The only thing is you have to make sure you have to see what the rules are as far as you renovating that home. A lot of the biggest rule that I've seen, because we have several historical homes here just in my town, you can't really change the facade. Like you can't renovate the outside of the house. They won't allow you to do that. You can do what you want inside the house, but anything on the outside that takes away from that look, they don't like you doing that. So what you should do is you have to check with the registry, whoever where the registry where the historical home is registered with, and you have to check with them to see what the rules are, what you can and can't do to that house. But I love them. I think they're great. Doesn't price per square foot assist in the buyer's offer when comps have sold at less than asking of the home you want to buy? Yeah, it could. It can definitely help. But here in Jersey, I mean, I know she said about South Jersey, they're hung up on it. Up here, we're not. We just nobody goes by per square foot up here. When will builders start building single-story ranch homes not in senior communities? Richard, that is a great question. This is the problem with the builders now. They're not building enough affordable homes. Somebody told me they watched it was a documentary about McMansions and how they were big here in Jersey, in North Jersey. I got to go back and watch that, and maybe I'll do a video about that, the history of these McMansions, because who needs all of that space for real? Like we got to get back to building like the smaller 15 to 1800 square foot homes for starter homes. I don't know. It just doesn't pay for them to build these homes, I guess. I don't know. There has to be some type of incentive. Jivan, how are you? Hubby and I are considering owning 2 small homes in 2 different countries. One in US, I'm a citizen, and one in South Korea. He's a citizen. What are ownership disadvantages we should consider? So if you're gonna, I assume you're gonna be traveling back and forth to the other home in Korea, in South Korea. That's great. I would appoint somebody or try to hire somebody to act like your property manager just to go and check on that home when you're not there. Because you don't know. Like if a pipe burst, if there's a storm and there's damage to the house, you need to have somebody be over there to keep an eye on, or somebody you can call to ask them to go check on the house, and also get lined up with good, plumbers, electricians. God forbid something's wrong, you have them at the ready. You can call them to go and make the repairs. But that's what I would do. I'm in Southern California. We're ready. We've been approved for months, waiting for the perfect property that fits the needs for all of us. We're a multi-generational family. Be ready. Oh, I love hearing that. I'm seeing a lot of the multi-generational family situations, people buying homes together, family, a lot of millennials are buying homes with their parents. And I just saw an article that Gen Z is now buying homes with their siblings. So this is another new trend that's coming up. So, hey, whatever they can do to help, make the home affordable. Sinister Spatula, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I understand. I underestimated all the costly repairs of our new home. 11,000 new plumbing, water heater, laundry sink, 13,000 air conditioner, furnace, fence blew down from wind. I'm sorry. It's like Murphy's Law. It's like as soon as you close on that house, things start to go. But at least you got all brand new stuff now, so that's good. Let's see a video in the history of McMansions. I'm gonna look that up, and you know what? What I'll do is I'll share it in the community when I come across it. So guys, you see me show up on your feed in the community page. I'll link it there if I find it. As a cash buyer, would I need all my money in a savings account instead of, say, CDs, and having two different banks to combine the money should be okay too? Yeah, absolutely. But be careful if it's in the CDs, because the CDs are either 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months. Make sure that they're ready. They're coming to the end of their term and you're able to pull that money out. But yeah, if you have different bank accounts, I've had buyers do that. They have multiple bank accounts to show their proof of funds. Andrea, welcome. Last week, my offer was accepted for a home in Cedar Crest, New Mexico, only 1.4% below asking price, but with contingencies for 3% seller concessions. And you're assuming they're 2.5% VA loan. That's the win of the night, Andrea. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congrats. I'm hoping to purchase a home in Northeast Tennessee. I'm having trouble finding new builders other than one bad reviews. Should I give that builder a chance and hire a real estate agent? Number one, hire a real estate agent. Do not go directly through the builder, through their sales department, especially if you're seeing they have bad reviews. Another thing I recommend, Laura, go into the neighborhood and talk to the neighbors. See if they're having any issues with the house post build, especially ones who have been in there a year or more. See if anybody's having problems, because that'll tell you right there the quality of the house. Are houses with a septic system a bad idea? Looking for a rural house in Oregon. No, I don't think septic systems are bad. You just have to stay on top of them and make sure you get them cleaned out. I don't know what the timelines are these days, like how often you have to get them cleaned out and serviced. I grew up, my house in New York, we had a septic system. It was never a problem. There was 4 of us living in the house. You can't flush certain things down the toilet. You got to be careful with that. I know they make special toilet paper that's like septic safe, so it doesn't clog up the septic system, but I don't think there's anything bad with it. It's just, you got to maintain it. That's all. How long is long for a house to sit on the market? That's a really good question. So it depends on where you are. So say here for where I am in Jersey, it's been crazy where homes fly off the market within a week. If I'm seeing homes sit for 30 days or more right now in my market, that's a long time. Now, Florida, the condo market, the condos, average days on market is 12 months. It's taking 12 months for condos to sell in Florida. Single family homes, I think they're around 6 months. So yeah, it's a big buyer's market there. So anything. So the way the rules work as far as a seller and buyer's market, if homes are sitting on the market for say 5 or 6 months, that's considered a balanced market. We haven't seen that here in years. I've been in this business for 10 years. I don't think I've really seen a true balanced market here in New Jersey in the last 10 years. It's been if the house is always priced right, I've had homes sell with multiple offers, not like what we had the past 5 years, but like there were situations where I'd have like, 2, 3, 4 offers. Um, again, if it was priced well. If it's not priced well, it's gonna sit. So 6 months is considered a balanced market. Once you get over that 6 months, it's a buyer's market. So I hope that helped. Um, what do we got? We've got another question there. Do you see there we go. Hey, Gil, thanks for being here. My question is that when I bought my co-op, I wasn't told that the previous owner commit suicide in the apartment. Were they supposed to tell me? Will I have to if I sell? This is an awesome question. Depending on where you are, I'm not sure what state you're in, but owners they don't have to disclose if there was a death in the home. They don't. California, I believe that you do. But like New Jersey, New York, unless you ask, if you ask the person, the owner or the agent, "Hey, did anybody die in here? Was anybody murdered?" Whatever, then they have to tell you, but they're not required to offer that information up front. Um, so no, they didn't have to tell you that unless you asked them. So in your situation, if you go to sell, you don't have to offer that information up unless somebody asks. So I hope that helps. Dave says 6 months in Florida, 900 homes for sale in Deltona. I got lucky. I sold in a day, but I had to make the deal happen, going out of my way to make them feel the deal. Yeah, 900 homes. God, that's a lot. That's a lot. Um, you always say Murphy's Law, and I took note of that. When buying my home last August, one of the perks was to have a home warranty. Several months in the home, the furnace started to give. I'm so glad you did that. Home warranties, they're not a bad thing. They are not a bad thing. Yeah, I highly recommend that. I gotten smart after the third service call and requested a new furnace and got one. Good for you. Good for you. That was very smart. Shannon, we finally got an offer accepted on a house that we love in the Pittsburgh suburbs. We had to offer 5 over asking and do so almost immediately like vultures, but got it done. Closing is in August. Congratulations, Shannon. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. Good for you. And only 5,000 over. That's great. That is awesome. Dark Alley, how difficult is it to have a New York City apartment for summer, less than 180 days without paying New York taxes? New York City apartment. So are you looking I mean, yeah, I mean, you're looking to rent? You're looking to rent. I mean, that's not that hard. Rents have gone up in New York City though. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're paying rent, you're not gonna be paying taxes. I mean, well, technically you are. You're paying the you're paying the landlord, and the landlord's paying the taxes. All right. We want to move to a better school district. Our current house has a mortgage of 4.25%. Should we start to look now or wait until interest rates go down? Marie, I'm going to be honest with you. Your rate right now, I don't think we're going to see that again. So I think if you want to wait till they get to like 6% or the high fives, I mean, you have to do the math yourself and see what works for you and what you can afford. But if you're looking to move to a better school district, like I just said before, you can't time the market. You can't time these interest rates. You can't time prices coming down. If the time is right for you and your family and your kids need to get into that school district, and I'm speaking from experience, then you start making the move. You start making things happen. It also depends on the age of your kids too. If they're starting school, like they're at school age, you want to be in by the fall or even like say next fall. You got to work around that. Again, don't time the market. Don't wait on these interest rates. You'll drive yourself crazy. All right. Just seeing if just make sure we're not missing anybody. Tracy, you're so welcome. I'm so glad you guys find them informative. Thank you for this platform. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. You guys come here every Monday, like clockwork. And Your faith in me and you coming here and watching me, just you have no idea what that means. I just all I'm here to do is I just want to educate you guys, and help teach you to advocate for yourselves when you're out there trying to buy or sell a home. That's it. That's all I wanted to do when I started doing this. And I really, really appreciate the support. And when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm right there. It's nuts. Oh, we have one. Yep. MH, taking a nap. How dare you? You can't take a nap. You're supposed to be here. Well, I'm glad you showed up. We have a question there from Tabitha. Jen, do you see that up top? There you go. Thank you. Can a handyman handle the first three: the front stairs, front deck, and exterior door frame? They might be able to, depending on how extensive the work is. They might be able to do that for you. All right, I think we're good. Mystic, it's helpful to hear all the information. You're so welcome. Come back next week. I'll have more information for you. Okay. My sister-in-law lives in Brick. A house in the area sold for $77,000 over asking. That's it? Only 70. That's good. That's good. The shore has been insane. So if it's under 100,000 over asking, that's a win for the Jersey Shore. That's my opinion. Shore is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Let me see. Oh, Gil, thank you so much. I hope I'm really helping you guys. I really appreciate it. Gabriella, an absolute incredible resource that's unbiased and honest. Thank you, Gabriella. I appreciate it. Oh, Mystic, I offered my realtor 6% because I want to get out of this co-op. Was that a mistake? No, I don't think that was a mistake. Offering, so I'm assuming, so you're offering to pay 3% to the buyer agent. I don't think that's a mistake at all. I mean, you want to move it, you move it, but listen, as long as that realtor is doing all the right work for you and really working on your behalf. Do you think two-family homes in Central Jersey will lighten in prices at all? Every home I see is going 60,000 over asking. The problem with this, two-family homes are so hard to come by. That's why they're selling so fast and for so much money. They don't come up for sale that often. We just had a two-family that came on the market in Ridgewood. We did that when we sold that. That was earlier this year. And a line out the door. The people wanting to see that house. It was insane. Yeah, unfortunately, they're hard to come by. They really are. Agent Dawkins, like your handle. What do you think about the housing market price directions towards the end of the year? Do you expect interest rates to drop? I'm an agent in Florida trying to gauge the market. So what I was reading before, they're talking about the Fed is meeting tomorrow and Wednesday. So there's speculation they might drop the federal interest rate, which could impact mortgage rates. Larry Yoon from the National Association of Realtors is predicting that mortgage rates will probably be like in the mid sixes, maybe slightly below that. And then next year in 26, they're going to drop to like 6.1%. This is their prediction. This is not me. This is what they're predicting. But what I would do, I'd recommend just read articles. Like, that's what I do every day. This is how I come up with all of my ideas for the videos and to talk to you guys on these streams every week. I always Google like housing market news. I just want to see what's happening. And I highly recommend you do that just to see what's what. And get a lot of information. Just wanted to say thank you for connecting with the realtor, my spouse, and I just closed on the house. Yay. Congratulations. I love it. Love it. Love it. Frank said, I paid $11,000 over in Toms River on a lagoon. That's awesome. Only 11,000 in Toms River over ask. That's amazing. Congrats. That's D.R. Horton with the 4.99%. Not surprised. Not surprised with D.R. Horton. All right, you guys, it's been an hour. You guys are amazing. You're so amazing. So as I said before, I just want to remind you, if you need a real estate agent, please go click this link to this website right here. You're going to click this. You're going to fill out a form. And then you're going to get redirected to another questionnaire. You're going to get an email and a text asking you to fill out this other questionnaire. It's a little more detailed just to gain more information about what it is that you're looking for. Now, I will, full disclosure, I'm going to say that yes, this service is free to you. And yes, I do get a referral fee from the agent that I refer you to, but that's only if the sale closes. Okay. That's the only time I would get paid. If you end up buying something, I do get paid from that agent, but the service is free to you. This doesn't cost you a thing. So just wanted to put that out there. You guys, this has been great. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all being here. And I will be back next week with some more riveting news about the housing market. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a great week. See you all next Monday. Have a great one.